you think you are being productive because you're thinking, all right, I'm intellectualizing more, so it's because I'm constantly thinking it's going to help me understand it more, but it actually just takes you out of the present moment. And I realized that when I was doing it, because every time I'd be trying to think, okay, right, I need to do this, I need to do that, you fool yourself, and it just takes the focus away. So it's more like, from what I've experienced, is trying to feel and just staying in that present moment. Because Bruce Lee, he was big for this, and that was his kind of philosophy, being like water, staying adaptive. But when you're in the ring, staying present and feeling the situation, because it's always changing, and thoughts just can't keep up with that natural intuition that when you allow it to work, it works wonders. And that's kind of that magical flow state kind of thing where you're just, everything comes together and you're just focused. The more I try to think, the worse I got. And it's easy, because it's easy to want to, intellectualize things, and it's good to an extent, but it's a lot better when you kind of set your intention, what you want to do, and then kind of ground in that energy. And then the intellect, the planning and all of this, the logical thinking comes, but it comes in the right amount. When I was doing the pad course, the more I thought, the worse I got. And if you're still in that situation where you're on the fence about doing it and you're just trying to calculate too much, the best thing is to stop thinking and just go for it, because you won't ever think your way out of the thing that's stopping you. The only thing that silences it is just getting present and not thinking, and just going with the feeling, going with what you want to do. And a lot of the time, it's difficult. It's not easy to do, to stay present in a world that's so full of distractions. And I find it difficult because everything's so geared towards, oh, what are you doing? What's your plan for the future? What's this? What's that? And everyone's got these plans and everything, and it's good to have plans, but not to be attached to the plans, and just set them, and then you allow God to, work it in His way, because you can only have plans, but you're only human, and you can only know and see so much. So staying with the breath and breathing when the mind wants to kind of wander off is how I do it, and it helps a lot. The progress, when it compounded quickly. I mean, I started off, I didn't know what I was doing, and then everything did start making sense just when I got more present and more grounded in the moment, and not trying to think through what I'm doing as I'm doing it and monitoring it as I'm doing it. Because I've got a tendency for that sometimes. When you start feeling what you're doing and letting go, it all makes a lot more sense, and it creates distance from what you're doing, so you can kind of see it, and it's a lot clearer. The tricky part is not trying to confuse the person in front of you. So starting from a simple 1-2, and then from there just saying like same again, instead of like repeating the next step in the combination and then adding the next thing on top of it. You need to get focused on cutting out the noise, because you don't need more information, you need actually silence. So you've got to block off time throughout the week to be still and just listen to that voice. And I like going on walks in nature and just to think, and it just opens up your mind and just allows you to see things clearly, because it's simple when you just stop and breathe. But yeah, before I round off this video, I just wanted to mention I've made a little ebook, so you can, some information of how I see it and how I kind of put it into words, so you can, remind yourself when things are getting a little bit noisy. So yeah, link will be in the description for that, and I'll see you in the next video.